Next up, we will be learning. What's that? Oh, that would be you. It would be, it will be you. No, I knew that. I just couldn't remember the name of the talk. So we will be hearing about the piece we already have from Sara Joy O'Neill from Canada. Give her a big hand.
The piece we already have. In 2016, I hit my head twice, and my brain stopped working almost completely. My world, or what I thought the world was, unraveled and kept unraveling. And I found something really unexpected in the midst of the chaos. I found pure bliss. Every human, Sydney Banks, the Scottish mystic and teacher, but apparently if you quote him, Michael puts you up here.
All 18 people did.
Every human being is already enlightened. We just don't know it. I didn't believe it either until I lived it. I've heard this type of saying over and over and over for many years from all different teachers, from here, from there, from Jesus, Buddha. You are that which you seek. We're already home. You already have the ruby slippers. Well, wouldn't it feel better? Wouldn't I I'm angry a lot. Wouldn't I know if I was enlightened? We're already enlightened. We just don't know it. What? No, I didn't believe it at all. But it was in the back of my head and it wouldn't go away. And I kept hearing it and seeing it. And I got really curious and I wondered, well, these guys are like actually certified, enlightened gurus or beings or places where you'd heard it. They're like the guys sitting on the mountaintop. And if I started to think, well, don't they know about being enlightened if they're officially enlightened? So, here I am going, well, they're full of it. Maybe I was wrong. I'm like, what if? Like, actually, what if we are already enlightened and we just don't know it? What would that look like? Like, would I live life differently? Would I do something differently? And I started to wonder about that. I don't know, because I wouldn't know it. If your neighbor was enlightened, yeah, that guy who does those things, says those things. What if that guy was enlightened and he didn't know it? Would you see like the shine of enlightenment coming out of his eyes over the fence? Would he be taking out his garbage and yelling at his kids and you could tell secretly that he was enlightened somehow? I started to wonder. I didn't know. How would we know? So then back to 2016, I'm kind of going along my fast life, thinking stuff, driving my car. I love driving and I love driving fast. And I used to get really angry when I would drive. And I actually had sort of a road rage problem. And this wasn't in the first iteration, but I would take aspirin, caffeine, and pseudoephedrine together, which speeds you up on purpose for exciting weightlifting. I'd drive around town really fast and do errands on this stuff because I thought the faster I would go, the more effective I'd be and the better ideas I would have. No. And then all of a sudden, whack. And now twice, 3 months apart, I took myself pretty much right out of the game. And I learned that the brain, like many other parts of the bodies, if it gets swollen, it just doesn't work. And I couldn't take in perception anymore. So like visual information, auditory information, I couldn't do anything with it. I couldn't perceive it. I couldn't integrate it. I learned all these things about the brain that you don't want to have to learn firsthand, and all these different functions of the brain. So I couldn't navigate. The brain does a lot of things to allow you to go from, say, here to the door and navigating and maybe getting past this jacket there. Things on the floor would look like a barrier to me, and I couldn't make my foot go past them. I couldn't figure out how to make a sandwich. I had no executive function. It was all gone. It wasn't a memory thing, because I could remember things and I knew, well, I used to know how to do this. It just didn't work. I was also very aware that we take in a lot of raw information. So photons of light, waves of, we're not actually seeing like a solid piece of wood. We're seeing energetic information. And I started to, because my brain wasn't doing its thing, I started to see some of what that energetic information was. It was doing some of it. I would say things to my husband like, I really want to make a sandwich, but I can't because the fridge is on the ceiling and there's no stairs and I have to get down the stairs, but one of the stairs is over there and there's holes and there's like matrix energy over here, and I'm afraid I'm going to fall through, like come out in China or something. I just couldn't do it. And I was having a lot of panic attacks at the time as well. And then in the middle of this exciting chaos, all of a sudden, it was like I was dropped from this great height, and I felt this, and I fell into an ocean of bliss. And it was everything. And it was this deep peace and joy for no reason. And like my brain was fully fucked. And it was glorious. And it was when everything that I thought was me was gone. Everything I thought the world was, all the out there and all the in here were both gone. What was left was a core of bliss. That was me underneath it all. It's the constant in our lives that we never see because we're so sped up and looking and excited about driving fast and giving everybody the finger as you're driving. So as I got better, I started being able to pick up things again. I could make a sandwich. I could go to the bathroom unattended. Ta-da! I was actually very proud of that one. It's the little things. I didn't believe that I was any specialer than anybody else. So if this bliss was at the core of life, at the core of me, was who I am, well, surely it's you, and it's you, and it's everybody. So in my sciencey-minded way, I decided to go around and ask. And if you were a human being and stood in front of me for long enough, for about a 6-month period, I was going to ask you a version of this question. Have you ever, so you can consider this with me right now, have you ever experienced a time where for no reason, all of a sudden, you just knew all would be well? Maybe there was a peace, a joy of just being alive for no reason. And I asked everybody. I asked shopkeepers. I asked people who had everything going for them, people with lots of money, people with no money. I asked everybody. And I was really surprised because everybody knew what I was talking about. There wasn't one person who thought I was crazy. That was my expectation. And so everyone, we're all enlightened and we just don't know it. It's this bliss that is our constant companion. It's like it's holding our hand in every moment. It's underneath everything and alongside us every single moment. And we just don't know it. All we have to do is be with it. It's literally waiting right there for us to be with it, look at it. So my idea that is worth spreading. The different things. So for it was different things for different people. It was maybe that time at the lake, that time around the campfire, looking into their baby's eyes with a puppy. My idea worth spreading is that what if the only reason that we don't know we're enlightened is we didn't know it existed. We just didn't know it was there. We didn't know it was on the menu, so we never ordered it. We just didn't read to the whole bottom of the menu. It's like there's this lake of bliss in the corner of our living room, and we keep backing up into it and our feet get wet, and it feels good. And then we go on with our life and we never actually turn around and be with it and look. So my invitation to you is to get curious. Look. Order it up off the menu. I don't think we just have to look away from our thinking. We have to know it's there and be with it. Go on that walk in nature. Go sit by the campfire. Look at your puppy baby spouse. Probably not all one thing. We are all already enlightened. What if we knew it? Thank you.